In this video, the clever Border Collie actually manages to say hello using its throat, even though it can't make sound like we do. If you listen closely, you'll realize this isn't just a parrot mimicking. This dog knows how to control its body to mimic human speech. The science behind it is linked to a mutation in the dog's CTND2 gene. This gene, apart from controlling logical reasoning, also controls its natural ability to imitate and learn. The story takes place in 2019 in Devon, England. Rosalind welcomed a new member to her family, a 7-month-old Border Collie named Rocky. One day, Rocky went with Rosalind to the countryside for a short stay to enjoy nature. Rosalind thought, "You're a sheepdog, right? Let me teach you. This is a sheep. You need to herd them. Got it?" She even started showing Rocky how to herd sheep through the fence. Rocky looked at her, confused, not fully understanding. Rosalind decided not to push it, laughed, and forgot about it. After all, she wasn't a sheepdog mom. How could she possibly teach Rocky how to herd sheep? The next day, while Rosalind was in the kitchen, she had this weird feeling like something was off. So she grabbed a pan and rushed outside. What she saw nearly made her dizzy. There were 9 sheep standing in front of her, all lined up, just staring at her. She had to work hard to herd the sheep back out and then deal with cleaning up their mess, all while holding her nose from the awful smell. Meanwhile, Rocky, with his tongue hanging out, was sticking his head out like he was saying, "I got this!" That's when Rosalind realized what had happened. It was Rocky who'd done it. Sheepdogs pick up herding so quickly. It's like an instinct they're born with. Next, there's the story of a sheepdog named Brian. When Brian was just 2 to 3 months old, he was really good at mimicking. He'd copy his owner by picking up his toys and dropping them in the laundry basket, as if asking to get them washed. He'd also imitate his male owner by using his teeth to open a beer. As he got a little older, Brian started copying his owner shoveling snow and even dancing with his female owner. Over time, he began mimicking yoga poses, and before long, he was copying his owner's gestures and movements. Like this one, Sawasdee, a traditional Thai greeting. The best part, his owner finally managed to capture this on video. Brian had learned to mimic his owner walking him on a leash. He'd grab the leash himself and walk himself down the street. The best part of going out? Definitely grocery shopping. When it's time to shop, Brian grabs his own basket and heads straight for the food aisle. He'll sniff out his favorite snacks and gently pick them up himself. At checkout, he's a pro, standing up, handing over each item one by one, patiently waiting for the cashier to scan them all. Then, when it's time to pay, Brian gives his owner a look like, "All right, your turn." After they're done, he proudly picks up the shopping bag himself and trots home. This Border Collie really is something else. Here's another story. Brian's owner taught him to lead a horse, and he picked it up quickly. Then he learned to ride the horse, just like his owner. But eventually, he got tired of riding the horse. So he came up with a new idea. If people ride horses, then maybe dogs can ride people. Sometimes Border Collies don't just learn from humans. One blogger even suggested that families with cats shouldn't get a Border Collie. When they're puppies, it's fine. They'll walk like cats and even try to meow. But as they grow up, they have no clue how big they are. If the cat jumps on the table, the dog thinks it can do the same. If the cat lies on the TV stand, the dog is right there with it. They'll even try to hop onto the dining table. And honestly, the table might just collapse. And don't get me started on how much dogs love to join cats on those precarious glass surfaces. One time, the owner noticed that their Border Collie had been licking its paws and scratching its ears a lot lately. At first, they thought it might have mites in its ears or an infection on its toenails. So the owner immediately took the dog to the vet for a checkup, but everything turned out fine. It wasn't until they got home that the owner suddenly realized. Could it be that this dog is trying to learn cat behavior? Licking its paws and scratching its ears. Those are classic cat moves. The owner continued to observe in secret and was shocked to see the Border Collie getting even more into it. There was even this funny moment when the Border Collie was licking its paws like a cat. It's just too similar. When the blogger posted about it, someone jokingly said, "Good luck with that. Just hope it doesn't start using cat litter." But then the owner shared another picture, and guess what? The dog actually started using cat litter. Everyone was blown away. A few days later, the blogger updated, "It's learned. It's figured out how to cover its business with the cat litter." The Border Collie is seriously smart, sneaky, and really good at figuring things out. It just loves to learn. If you're thinking about getting one, you've got to really think it over first. All right, that's all for today's story. Thanks for watching and see you next time.